M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. It's Week 10 of the NFL on EA Sports.
With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Pretty much unreal. Not just in terms of yardage, Charles, but also throw in the 3 touchdowns as well.
When you put the whole package together, I can make you a pretty good guarantee right now. He's going to see a few more people in the box every time he lines up.
Yeah, I don't think that the defense has any choice. They've got to stop him. Can't let a repeat performance like that.
Agreed.
And here's a throw taken in by Boyd. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Boyd. An 8-yard pickup. First down, Cincinnati.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. The broken tackle, but couldn't create much space. Down just beyond the 35.
He's brought down.
Marcus Peters up to make the tackle.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace. One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Mixon again.
Malik Harrison on the tackle.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers put up their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially as pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 12 more yards there and another first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
They'll run for the first time with the former Bearcat, Mike Boone. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD.
Cincinnati.
Mike Boone, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals take it right down and score on the opening drive. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. From the gun, he'll set up to throw. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, Jackson. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And the Bengals grab it.
Jackson's pass complete.
Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus, and indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Mixon with a first down carry. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
He was taken down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. First down, here's Burrow looking for the end zone. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. He was looking for John Ross that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. This will be caught inside the 10. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Bengals 7, Ravens nothing.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. They'll give it to Mixon. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon, touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Graham Gano set to kick off.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Fielded in the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
And Le'Veon Bell making his way back out onto the field now. He's got to clear his mind a little bit right now. One carry, and that carry was a lost fumble.
Clear his mind, clear his hands, and just let this one go. Sometimes it happens. You drop the ball, get a full game ahead of him, hand it to him again, see if they can start to produce.
Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
There is no doubt that Geno Atkins is really strong and stout at the point of attack, but I love his suddenness, the ability to make plays, to be in one spot, and then he's gone and into the offensive backfield. He's a heck of a player.
And they're a big TFL, tackle for loss.
Hard to believe that his father, Gene Atkins, was an NFL defensive back. He's bred this big defensive tackle.
He'll get this underneath to Bell. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. While he gets attended to, we'll step aside. They will throw on first down with Burrow. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
Oh, that was a pretty route right there because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
Flush to his right. He'll try and run it. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Now Burrow on first down. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
About a half yard from the end zone, 3rd and goal. Here's Burrow. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. A good drive gets him inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. The throw here to Andrews, the tight end. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there, that brings up 4th.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Joe Mixon and the Bengal offense ready to go back to work. And he's sure looking like a lock for a 1,000-yard season. Don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to just to get past that point.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, as you noted, there's still time, still opportunity. There's still more games to be played. So, yeah, it's not a lock. But barring injury, it certainly looks like he's going to get there. And what an accomplishment that is. Anytime you get over 1,000 yards, you're celebrated in the NFL.
It's been quite a season. Still a couple chapters left in that book, though. From midfield now, Burrow. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
It's a gain of 17.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Able to find Higgins. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. That's good for 28 yards.
1st and goal.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find the answers, and they've got to find them quick.
Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time, separation. That's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
On 2nd down, Burrow. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon, his 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Bengals add on to their lead. It seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, That's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Jackson from the shotgun. And a quick throw here, that's complete. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. And Stills over the middle.
Jackson's pass.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. They'll break the huddle, send 3 receivers left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 5. Again, Jackson. The left side completion to Jones. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go.
The Bengals first down.
The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. And this carries into the end zone. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. It's caught. Stills, right side. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
At the 46-yard line.
Jackson on first down. He's going deep for Brown. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to have this way down in Cincinnati territory. 39 yards there. A big one. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Looking on this, and he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Carlos Dunlap, the Florida Gator, chopping his way to the quarterback.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. And a short gain here down to the 22.
He was taken down.
But they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run. So I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Letting one go deep for the end zone.
Jackson's pass intercepted by the...
So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll run it here. This is James White. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack. And guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Now they're going to go jet sweep here. This is Ross with it. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a second and 14.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. And now they will throw it with Burrow. On the crossing route, complete. That's Boyd. And finally out of bounds all the way down at about the 2. A big play there for Cincinnati. 43 yards.
It doesn't look like this defense found the magic elixir at halftime. This offense was rolling in the first half, and that's continued here in the third quarter. Another big play right there.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on first and goal. And now they'll take a knee here. And my partner now is speechless, and so am I.
Kept it in his hands and tried to push it across the goal line himself, but the defensive front wouldn't allow him to do so, bringing up second down and a bit farther.
And down to a knee. That's one way to call a play. So a little extra time to ponder this third and goal as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And they'll indeed take a knee. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've got an answer for it.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know, in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
And with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And that is incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
It's caught. Jones. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
That's good.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Throwing again. Jackson looking for Andrews again. He's got him this time. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. And this is going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. Well, they've clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the second half.
And I get it. In this situation, you know, if you want to be aggressive out near midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, I thought I had a proper play call. But how about the guys that just stopped them? How good do they feel right now? Hey, you want to go for it here? We shut you down. They're over on the bench right now feeling great.
It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
7 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. This one complete into the hands of Higgins. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Burrow hooking up with Higgins for a Bengal first down. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. Once again, they run with Mixon. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On 3rd down, Mixon. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be giving a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space.
And they take a knee. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
Today's final
So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field. So you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for Cincinnati, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Mile High to take on the Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.